Took so long and you hide all your bugs. So ridiculous. Don't be scared of me. I just want to eat your organs. Keep running. I can sense you're getting tired already. Give this fox a kiss.
Hey, all Kit here from Emerald Minecarts, and recently I saw the FNAF movie. Now, to quote Gabe Newell himself, worth the wait. It was worth the 8 years of waiting. Which, yes, that's right, the FNAF movie took 8 years to be made, because originally in 2015, which was when the FNAF movie was announced, it was in development with Warner Bros. Eventually that fell through, and the script Warner Bros. Had was used for that Banana Splits FNAF movie, whatever that movie was. Maybe I might talk about that one day. Then Blumhouse eventually picked up the FNAF movie license, and there were some scripts that were made and rejected, which, you know, I also made a video about. So, you know, if you want to check that out, go ahead. So, yeah, then the FNAF movie was released on the 27th. Originally, I was supposed to see it on the 27th, but someone I was going to see the movie with had to do something on that day, so we saw it today. Again, like I mentioned, this movie was worth the 8-year wait because, oh my gosh, it was beautiful. Now, there is one problem I do have with the movie, and it's the fact that we don't have more scenes of Abby with the animatronics. Because honestly, Abby's interactions with the animatronics, I like them. They're really cute and accurate because honestly, okay, let's be honest, everyone. If a child happened to be next to a haunted animatronic that was alive, I'm pretty sure the child would immediately befriend it. I'm just saying, it's probably something that 5-year-old me would do. So yeah. And also, we get to see the brother and sister relationship between Mike Schmidt, which is our main character, and Abby. And honestly, I really like their interactions. Like, it's really cute, especially since, like, Mike is really the only one looking after her, considering that her mom died and eventually her dad left the family. We don't really get to see them in the movie besides these dream flashbacks, which that's another interesting thing about the movie. Like, it has a lot to do with dreams, and that's how, like, we get, like, some more information about what's going on. So it's also quite interesting. And also, this FNAF movie seems to take place in its own universe because, well, you know, Vanessa. Now, obviously, it's not the same Vanessa from Security Breach. Could be someone related. But yeah, we do see that this movie seems to take place in its own universe because not only we see Vanessa, we also see that Vanessa is the daughter of William Afton. And, you know, if you've played the games, you would know that, yeah, William, like, William Afton doesn't have Vanessa as his daughter. William Afton has a daughter named Elizabeth who becomes Circus Baby. So yeah, as we can see, this movie seems to take place in its own universe that hopefully later on does not become canon to the official universe, because we already had that problem with the FNAF books. But to knock it off topic, let me talk about the other things. Let me talk about the other things from the movie and what else I liked. I also really liked, again, like, the interaction with the animatronics. Like, sure, it's like, sure, you're expecting them to attack the Night Guard, but they don't always attack the people. But like I mentioned, with Abby and even a bit of Schmidt, like, they don't really attack him. Heck, there's actually a scene where it's just the animatronics, Abby, Mike, and Vanessa just hanging out. Like, I genuinely loved that scene. I loved it so much, especially seeing Bonnie, like, when he falls over, like, Abby asks if he was okay, and he just gives a thumbs up. Like, that's... Oh, I love that so much. That was so adorable. But, yeah. We also get, like, this side villain in the form of one of Mike's relatives, which they want to take Abby away from Mike, and heck, they even send, like, a group of... Like, heck, the relative even sends a group of people to Fazbear's Pizzeria to, like, damage it, to maybe pin it all on him. Well, if you've seen some of the trailers, you would know that that kind of backfires. And in fact, another thing I like is I like how they even have the cupcake involved in all of the action. Now, the only time we've seen the cupcake attack you is in FNAF 4, so, you know, maybe we might get a FNAF 4 movie, who knows? But yeah, to get back on topic, I really found that stuff funny because, like, you think, oh, can't do that much, but then, like, you realize when you watch the movie, it's like, oh shit, it can do that much. And yeah, and after that, like, another thing that surprised me was, like, one of the characters who was sent to mess up the place was the person who drove the group there. Like, she goes in to investigate to see what's taking them so long, and she sees one of the ghost kids who leads her into, like, this back room thing that has Freddy in it, and, like, she goes closer to him, and she goes to inspect the animatronic, only to be pulled inside, and when the top half of her is completely in the animatronic, Freddy bites down and her entire lower half falls off. Like, I was not expecting to see someone be, like, ripped in half in this movie. Because, look, FNAF can get gory here and there, but it's not, like, on the same levels of, like, Mortal Kombat or Saw or any other gory series. But still, that surprised me. And another thing that slightly surprised me was the swearing, because usually you don't really see swearing in FNAF, but still, it's not like animatronics were dropping the F-bomb 24/7, although that obviously would have made the movie a lot funnier. But, yeah. Another character that actually shows up is Balloon Boy, but not the animatronic himself, more like this small little toy of him that appears in these, like, 3 jump scare sections. Like, basically, the first time we see it, like, Mike is opening, like, a locker to get his vest or something, and, like, the first thing he sees is the, Balloon Boy toy, and it scares him, and the times when it happens to him, he just, like, it scares him, and he just, like, turns it around, and heck, even in, like, a post-credit scene where we see the taxi driver, who's played by Corey X. Kinshin, he hears someone enter his taxi when he sees who it is. It's the Balloon Boy toy, which even that scares him, but yeah, it's honestly funny. And again, something I really like about this movie is the casting for William Afton. Now, yes, would it have been awesome if William Dafoe played William Afton? Yes, that would have been awesome. But honestly, Matthew Lillard does a really, really good job, and I also really like that. Also, this was another thing that's been in some trailers, but like the knife wipe thing, I like that reference, especially since, again, like, Matthew Lillard was in the first Scream movie, so seeing that, I may or may not have squealed a bit. And actually, something that is, like, in the beginning of the movie, like, the title, like, a scene in the, like, the first beginning of the movie, it's all in 8-bit, like, someone explaining what happened to the, ghost kids, which, honestly, I really, really liked that. And then there was the, final fight, I guess. The encounter of William Afton, who is in the Springtrap suit, or more specifically the half Spring Bonnie, half Springtrap suit, and seeing like this half Spring Bonnie, half Springtrap go ham on the Night Guard is just it's funny. It's funny, especially since this is also where we get the reveal, or it's somewhere around this scene where it's revealed that Vanessa is William's daughter, which again shows that yeah, this movie takes place in like its own timeline that changes a few things, which like I mentioned earlier, hopefully it doesn't get retcons into being canon, or else the FNAF series will go even more insane. And speaking of FNAF series, MacPat actually makes a cameo as someone who works in his diner, and he even says it's just a Siri in this movie, and I love that. And actually, speaking of lines, hearing Matthew Lillard say "I always come back" is just the greatest thing, and like hearing his voice when he has like the Spring Bonnie half Springtrap mask on is just amazing. Like, I can't wait to hear what he might sound like when he is fully Springtrap. Like, what will they do? Will they deepen his voice? Will they make his voice sound more messed up? Who knows? Yeah, that's another thing. Like, how you think these sequels will go? Like, will the FNAF 2 movie be like a prequel, or will it be an actual sequel? Because again, like I want to mention for the third time, this movie seems to take place in like its own universe where, like, sure, there are events that are the same, but there are a few altercations or alternate changes here. So yeah, I'm really interested, and yeah, just man, and then the ending, like the credits where it plays Living Tombstone's Five Nights at Freddy's theme. Oh my gosh, that was so nice. I loved that. So yeah. I may have skipped over some things, but besides that, yeah, I really recommend checking out this movie, and when it comes to DVD, I will definitely be getting the DVD because I would like to get this movie. I would like to own a physical copy of this movie, just like with any other movie. So yeah, this movie gets a 5 out of 5 stars, meaning it gets an Emerald Seal of Approval. Now, am I highly aware that this is probably because of bias? Yes, but honestly, again, I've been waiting for this movie since 2015. I've been waiting for it so long, and the fact that it's finally a thing and I can watch it, oh my gosh, I'm so happy. And actually, something I also want to quickly mention is, like, one of the spare M-Truck suits they have is this dog character that was obviously made for the movie, and we never get to see in action. But honestly, I like to think it's a reference to Sparky, which was this hoax character that was popular in 2014. So, you know, it probably isn't a reference to Sparky, but if it is, awesome. So, yeah. This was a really, really good movie. I loved it so much. So, yeah. So, anyways, that was it for this video. Make sure you all subscribe and like for more, and I'll see you all later. Peace out, home guards, and goodbye!